Yo, what is up guys, Smithy here, bringing you a Black Ops 2 class setup video. Just gonna go over my classes right now. These are the classes I've had the best luck with since I've been playing the game. Some of these classes can easily be changed to suit your playstyle or how you prefer to play, anything like that. So keep in mind these classes, just because I say I like to use the Scorpion with laser doesn't mean you have to use it as well. But these are the classes I like. You can change them if you want to, but let's get right into it. So the first class we have here is the 870 Diamond with long barrel and laser. Long barrel is definitely needed for this gun. Well, it's not needed, but it makes it very good. Increases the one-shot kill distance, and it's going to be even more useful now that they actually nerfed the 870 in the latest patch. I've also got the laser on it. Laser just makes for better hip fire. You don't have to use it if you want. You can aim down sight, that works just as well. Perks, Ghost, Hardline, Ghost because UAV spam is still pretty good, still pretty relevant even after they nerfed it. Hardline just because I like to get my kill streaks faster. More often than not I find myself dying 1 or 2 kills off of a kill streak without it. You can use Flak Jacket, that would work very well. But I don't feel the need to use Flak Jacket as much anymore because they nerfed Betties as well. So now you have a bit more time to crouch down if you see a Betty. Perk 2 Toughness. I use Toughness over Scavenger just because I don't find myself running out of ammo with shotguns too often, unless it's like a full auto shotgun or anything like that. But Toughness should work just fine. You can use Cold-Blooded or anything like that if you find yourself getting killed by target finders, stuff like that. Perk 3 Dexterity and Tac Mask. This is pretty much what I run on all my classes. Tac Mask is because shock charges and concussions are so obnoxious in this game. I can't live without Tac Mask, so I have it on pretty much all my classes, and Dexterity pretty much on all my SMG classes and shotgun classes because I like being able to climb up faster, climb stuff faster, and bring up my gun faster. Helps me win a lot more gunfights, especially with the lag comp in this game. There's the first class. Second class is a Vector K10. This is probably the best long-range submachine gun in my opinion. So I have a quick draw and I have a quick draw and the long barrel on it. Long barrel increases damage over range. Same perks. Again, you can put Flak Jacket, Cold-Blooded. Actually, no, I would say use Scavenger on this class, but since this gun is longer range, I don't like to have a lot of U-kick when I am getting shot at by enemies, so I do prefer Toughness. Tac Mask, Dexterity, same stuff going on right there. Type 25, this is just my assault rifle class. I like Type 25 more than most assault rifles. I've got the foregrip, the quick draw, and the red dot because I don't really like any of the iron sights for any of these assault rifles, so usually reflex is what I'll go with. Ghost, Flak Jacket, because usually when I'm using an assault rifle I'm sticking back. I don't really need hardline too much. And Toughness, I always use Toughness on every assault rifle because if you're up close and personal with an SMG, if you don't have Toughness on, you're just gonna lose. So there's really no point using anything other than Toughness on an assault rifle. Perk 3 Tac Mask. The only reason I'm not running Dexterity is because I have Primary Gunfighter on. But that's one of my assault rifle classes. I think I only have 2, or maybe it's just this one, I don't know. But anyways, this is probably my favorite assault rifle out of all of them. The FAL is pretty good, but this is probably one of my favorites. PDW, PDW is probably my favorite SMG in the game. MSMC is really good, but I like the PDW because it's really good long range and has that extra large clip, which always comes in handy. Got diamond on it like all my other SMGs, and I'm running quick draw because it definitely helps in close range engagements. Long barrel, so it's a bit better long range, and foregrip because they actually increased the recoil on the PDW in the latest patch. So that's that. Ghost, Hardline, same stuff. You can run Flak Jacket, Hardline, Ghost, Flak Jacket, anything you like. Scavenger because it's an SMG and I do tend to spray quite a bit with it because it has that nice 50 round mag. And Dexterity because I feel Dexterity with SMGs is pretty important to use. And you can swap it out for Tac Mask or anything like that. Either would work just fine. So PDW class right there, pretty good. Probably one of the best SMGs in the game. A lot of people would tell you the MSMC is better, but You know, it's really up to personal preference. And then this is just a sniper class that I don't use too often. I'm not really an expert in sniping. I know the DSR-50 has it's quite easy to get a one-shot, one-kill with this gun versus something like the Ballista. So this is just what I prefer. Got the ballistic CPU to reduce sway. TAC 45 because it's a good secondary. Ghost, toughness, tac mask, Betty, and shock charges because I like to camp with my sniper. But yeah, this is just kind of like a classic Call of Duty class. You've got a primary with one attachment, secondary one attachment, your 3 perks, 1 lethal and 2 tacticals. It's kind of like a class from COD 4. But yeah, pretty basic stuff. I'm not an expert on sniping, so take it for what it is. And then here's my Scorpion Evo class. I like to use this thing primarily for hip firing, so I've used laser sight and fast mag because when I'm spraying I don't tend to the clip tends to run out quite often, so I like to use fast mag on it versus extended mags where, you know, if I'm caught reloading I'm kind of screwed either way and I can't seem to shake the ability to stop reloading after every kill, so fast mag just kind of helps me out a bit. Ghost hardline, you know, just my basic perks for everything. Scavenger because this thing burns through ammo extremely fast. Tac mask dexterity, you know, the common stuff. I'm sure you're seeing a trend here by now. And here's the MSMC, supposedly the best gun in the game, but probably my second favorite. Got the diamond, got the long barrel and the quick draw, just because it helps it win gunfights. Ghost hardline, scavenger, dexterity, tac mask. You know, pretty simple stuff. MP7 is kind of a flip-flop gun for me. Before I got diamond on it, I really enjoyed using it. Like, this was all I would use. But now, after they nerfed the hip fire on all the SMGs, I don't like it as much. It seems like it's just a bit weaker now. I don't know if it's just the few games I've played with it, but it seems to have gotten a bit worse. So, you got the suppressor and the laser sight. A lot of people use it without suppressor, and a lot of people use it without laser. A lot of people like to aim down sight with it. Me personally, I like to hip fire. If you're going to aim down sight with an SMG, I would suggest using the PDW or the MSMC. And you got the Sega. This is for, or the S12 as most people would know it by. This shotgun is really, really good for super, super close ranges, so I would definitely suggest using this on Hijacked and Nuketown. Maps like those are very good for this. I like the long barrel because, you know, it increases damage over range, and then the extended clip because the more you can spray with this gun, the better. It will often take the whole clip to kill someone from a pretty decent range, so extended clip, very helpful. Ghost flag jacket because I'm usually running into the enemy spawn with this thing, and I tend to run into a lot of Bettys. Toughness, you can definitely change toughness with something like scavenger in this, or even, I don't know, fast hands or hardwired, anything like that. Pretty much, this is how I always unlock my perks. Toughness, and then I just wait till I get scavenger. And pretty much the same here. I always have ghost unlocked. Lightweight comes default, and then I'll unlock hardline. Usually I'll just use ghost hardline, and then I'll begin to start using flag jacket later on in the prestige. And then this is always the same. Most of the time I'll run dexterity and extreme conditioning, and then I'll switch from extreme conditioning to tac mask once I unlock it. So, pretty basic class right there. And here is my second assault rifle class. This is a very good assault rifle class, but unfortunately it was nerfed in the latest update. It was given a bit more recoil. So, FAL was select fire, quick draw, and red dot. I use quick draw on every assault rifle I ever use because this game is so focused towards submachine guns, small maps, and stuff like that. Select fire obviously for the full auto, and red dot because the iron sights are not very good on it. I'm just using ghost, scavenger, tac mask, and dexterity because I am using primary gunfighter. So, very good class. Most of the people I know tend to like either the M8A1, the FAL, or the Type 25. Those are probably the 3 most popular assault rifles. So yeah, those are my classes. These classes are probably going to be a bit different than most people. It's just some basic tips when making classes. What I like to do is avoid using secondaries, lethals, and tacticals at all costs. So I understand if you really like having a secondary. I know when I first started the game, I couldn't live without it. I liked having my B23R secondary just because I could switch to it whenever I wanted, take someone out real fast. But your classes will become a lot more robust and a lot better once you learn to stop using a secondary. It took me a while to get used to, don't worry if it takes you like a week to get used to. But once you do it, that really allows you to get another, it can help you get an extra perk or an extra attachment or anything like that. Lethals and tacticals are a bit different on the other hand. If you're playing something like hardpoint or domination, I would definitely suggest you keep your lethals, or at least your lethals on. Tacticals not so much, but a Semtex or a C4 can change the tide of a game when you can throw it on a dom flag. But for the most part, I like to play kill confirmed, and I tend to play a bit of dom, or usually at least it's pretty even. But yeah, lethals are one thing. I don't like to roll with any of them because I definitely like to have my primary 2 attachments and my 5 perks. So that's just what I like to use. And then I really don't like using 3 attachments on any guns at all because usually, I can live without the 3rd attachment, and that's what I suggest you do too. Most of these aren't exactly super necessary. If you can live without a reflex sight, then do it. Or if you're using a PDW and you can live without if you can compensate for recoil pretty well, ditch the foregrip, put on tac mask or whatever you want. For the most part, I'd say the perks aren't very good in this game, but you have the essential ones that definitely come in very handy. Ghost. If I could only choose 3 perks in this game, I would choose Ghost, Toughness, and Tac Mask. But, they give you the option to choose more, and I definitely like having them versus a weapon with 3 attachments, so I like to avoid using primary gunfighter most of the time. But yeah, for the most part, another tip, if you don't like using a whole bunch of perks, then I would definitely suggest trying to avoid using wild cards at all costs. If you can live with using Ghost, Scavenger, or Toughness and Tac Mask as your 3 perks, you don't want to use anything else, then definitely avoid using, anything. Try to avoid using wild cards, because using wild cards is pretty much just a wasted point in my opinion. If you can just remove everything, you have your 3 perks, you have 7 extra points, so you can just choose a submachine gun, put a laser on it, put a fast mag on it, and then you can choose C4, and you can put on, EMP grenades to throw on the objective, and then if you want, you can have a secondary of a B23. So, yeah, those are my tips for making classes. Point utilization is very important. Try to cut out anything you don't need, and try to keep as much of what you want. So yeah, obviously this class right here doesn't have any wild cards, and I've got 10 pieces of my class, versus if I have this class right here, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right there. So you can think about it any way you want. I personally like to have dexterity and hardline as my extra perks, but again, you can switch it to whatever you want. That was my class edit video. These are definitely my favorite classes so far. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Peace.